Hi guys! Today I'm going to talk to you about a new Netflix film called Mank. Now this hits Netflix tomorrow, December 4th, and I've seen a lot of critics calling this a love letter to Hollywood, if you will, and they are not wrong. I saw this and I immediately was like, yep, they are right. That is exactly what this is. It stars Gary Oldman. He plays Herman Mankiewicz, and hence the name Mank, and he does an incredible job. Let's start talking about this movie.
Hey, Tessa from Mama's Geeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel.
Okay, so first of all, this movie is entirely in black and white, so just so you know that ahead of time, I'm so iffy on black and white movies. They are hit or miss, especially if they're filmed in the modern day, but then they're in black and white. Kind of like The Lighthouse, which fell flat for me. You can check that review out. I know a lot of people don't agree with me on that one. But so I was a little nervous about this one. I'm not going to lie. I just watched The Lighthouse this week, actually. So I was like, oh, here we go. Another all black and white one. And this is long, too. It's 2 hours and 12 minutes. And this had every reason to be slow, boring, and just miss the mark. And it didn't. You know, you think a black and white movie, 2 hours and 12 minutes. And it's basically... it's all more or less a true story with some liberties taken. There's so many things stacked against this when you look at it on paper, but man, it was so good. I was completely blown away. Now, this is the story of Mankiewicz teaming up with Orson Welles and writing the script for Citizen Kane. Now, I am not going to lie. I have not seen Citizen Kane. I know, guys. I know. I'm sure you're all throwing things right now, yelling at your computer screen or your phone screen, yelling at me. But I have not seen Citizen Kane. My husband even told me, you have to see Citizen Kane before you watch this. What are you, crazy? But no, I wanted to watch this. But let me tell you, now I am chomping at the bit to watch Citizen Kane. And I feel like it's going to live up to all of the expectations. So this, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start with Mank. It's just so good from beginning to end. The cinematography, it feels like it was shot back in the 1930s. Like, I for sure thought this was shot. Well, I didn't think it was shot back then, but I mean, you could easily feel like it was. And it's something you completely forget as you're watching it, that it wasn't shot back then. Besides Gary Oldman's fantastic performance, absolutely amazing. Now, I don't know much about Mankiewicz, but I have looked it up since, and man, it feels like he really portrayed him perfectly. But besides his performance, the other performance that really stands out for me is Amanda Seyfried. You guys know who I'm talking about. She's not on screen that much, unfortunately. She's really not. But when she is on screen, man, she takes all of your attention. I would have loved to see so much more of her, but I do think that what we get from her is just such little drops of gems that, man, she really makes this movie. It didn't feel long. Like I said, it's 2 hours and 12 minutes. It flew by for me, actually, really. I felt like I was only about an hour and a half in and was like, oh, it's over. So that's a really good sign, because stuff like this can usually drag on and on and on and on. Now, there were some moments that felt unnecessary, but there was nothing that wasn't entertaining along the way. I hope that makes sense. Does the story need this? Probably not, but I'm super entertained by it, so I'm cool that it's here. If I had to nitpick, like I said, there's just some scenes that maybe aren't necessary. But it's just so good. And like I said, now I'm dying to see Citizen Kane, because this gives you that story, but it also gives you a lot of background on Mank, right? There's a lot of flashbacks. I feel like it's almost, I don't know, if you put together the amount of time that were flashbacks and the amount of time that was present, I think the time is probably, flashbacks are probably double in time. I could be wrong. That's just how I feel. Just fresh off watching it. That's the vibe I get, and that's what I remember in my head. I haven't sat down and actually timed it out. If one of you does, let me know in the comments, because I'm really interested to see how that plays out and how they compare. But I've got to say, so Mank he's been in a car accident and his leg is broken and he's stuck in this bed, and he is told, first of all, you're an alcoholic, so stop drinking. Second of all, let your leg heal. Third of all, write this script. Would you get it done? You're almost behind. Like, let's go. Let's finish this thing up. So he's in a time crunch. He is trying really hard to finish it, but he's also trying really hard to break the rules. He's trying really hard to get alcohol, right? He's an alcoholic after all. And there's just so much drama in this. It's dramatic. It's very dramatic. And like I said, it's all in black and white, and there's a lot going on, and it feels like it's more of a story of Mank, of course, hence the name Mank, right? but you get the little bit of Citizen Kane, and you actually get the story behind Citizen Kane, like where he's getting his inspiration from this. Like I said, I haven't seen Citizen Kane, so it's so hard to compare what was going on here into what actually makes it into Citizen Kane. But after just reading the synopsis of Citizen Kane, I can say that I can really see the ties, of course. It's basically about the takedown of someone, and that person is a very major person in the backstory of Mank and his flashbacks and stuff. So I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling at this point. I don't want to give spoilers away, although I feel like probably by now most of you have seen Citizen Kane. But I'm just going to say it's so beautifully shot. The cinematography is amazing. The score, I didn't even mention the score. It perfectly accompanies every single scene. Is perfectly accompanied by something, and it's just, it's a wonder to watch. It will suck you away to another world. You'll feel like you're going back in time, and you're truly watching this unfold. Like Gary Oldman, like I said, he's absolutely phenomenal. Everything he does. I mean, Sirius Black, hello, one of my favorite characters. I had a cat named Sirius, so I love Gary Oldman. But I also felt like Gary Oldman was so good. I didn't even see Gary Oldman. Is that super lame to say? That's probably lame to say, so I take that back. But you know what I mean? He's just so good. So Gary Oldman was amazing. Amanda Seyfried, amazing, incredible. Would have loved to see more of her, but I did love the little gems that we got of her. She was phenomenal. Every time she was on screen, she just took over the whole scene. I absolutely loved her. And now I've got to watch Citizen Kane because I feel like I'm missing out on a classic, and what the heck is wrong with me, and where have I been forever? I don't know. So I'm going to watch that now, but this has inspired me to watch it. So do you have to have seen Citizen Kane to watch Mank and truly appreciate it? The answer is no, because I really, truly appreciate this movie. It's 2 hours and 12 minutes, and it flies by. There's really no complaints about it, except, like I said, maybe there's some unnecessary scenes, but they're good. It is kind of all over the place, and it's a wild and crazy story. It goes back and forth between present and flashbacks, but the way they tell you that it's a flashback with the typewriting across the screen of the place and the date, and then in parentheses flashback. I mean, just stuff like that, little touches like that. It's a near perfect movie. 4.5 out of 5. And I cannot wait to see Citizen Kane now. Like I said, if you guys, by the time you have gotten to this review, have watched Mank, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. As always, you can follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Mama's Geeky over there. MAMASGEEKOI. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, guys. I'll see you next time.